In the Polly Islands, the flotsam and jetsam of humanity eke out a living on floating garbage islands. A chosen few have the key to saving the world, unless they tear themselves apart first. Please welcome Writers of the Future Judge Kevin J. Anderson and Martin Cove.
I am so glad the contest decided not to have the judges do the performances. Gerald Warfield, author of The Polly Islands, was born in Fort Worth, Texas. He attended Princeton University, taking degrees in music composition, where he has found success as a composer. But in midlife, he went over to the dark side and began writing. The Polly Islands constitutes his first professional sale in fiction. Please congratulate author Gerald Warfield.
This has been an incredible week. My thanks, of course, to the staff and the administration of the contest, and also, of course, to the estate of L. Ron Hubbard, who has made this contest possible. I sold my first story in fiction 2 years ago to a Canadian anthology entitled Timelines, and I'd like to thank the editor, J.W. Schnarr, for taking a chance on me. I also want to thank someone that you'll meet in a few minutes, Scott T. Barnes, the editor of New Myths magazine. He purchased my poem, A Greater Moon, which has now been nominated for a Riesling Award, which is the annual award given by the Science Fiction Poetry Association. My thanks to the North Texas Speculative Fiction Workshop that set me on the course for writing fiction, whereas formerly I wrote textbooks in music and how-to books in finance. I believe I hold the record for the oldest winner of this contest, and about that, I would like to say that as I look out and see the other winners, the writers and the illustrators, the marvelous support team, and the incredible judges, all I can say is that I am so grateful and I am very proud to be in your company. I thank you so much. As you can probably tell, I have a cold, so I will end with the immortal speech of Bilbo Baggins. Fag you very much.
This is an incredible night, just wonderful. J. Richard, illustrator for the Polly Islands, graduated from the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth, with a BFA in illustration and works as a freelance illustrator. He also sculpts horror and fantasy props for games such as Hunter the Vigil. Jay lives in Fairhaven, Massachusetts with his wife Lisa and his daughter Bria. Please congratulate artist Jay Richard.
Like everyone else, I'd like to thank the staff of Author Services, Inc., Galaxy Press, and whoever's maintaining the tanks of Joni clones that we've seen throughout this entire week. I'd also have to obviously thank my wife, who's put up with my shenanigans and supported me, especially considering I graduated with an illustration degree 4 years ago. This is really the first thing I've done with it worth mentioning. And I, of course, have to thank my mother, who's watching from home back in Massachusetts. She first told me about this competition years ago, and I admit you were right, I should have entered. And I also need to thank Gerald for providing a wonderful story to illustrate. My biggest fear going into this was that I would have the sci-fi version of The Old Man and the Sea, or something that would be absolutely horrible to try drawing. So thank you for providing wonderful material to work from. And I also would like to acknowledge my daughter Bria, who should be in bed by now, and I hope her grandmother's not putting anywhere near a computer to watch this live. Thank you.